Good evening, friends and fiends, and welcome to a special evening edition of Diamonds and Dragons Minecraft. Normally, I stream this stream in the mornings, but we had some stormy weather here this morning, and I wasn't really feeling great. Epilepsy, the weather tends to be a trigger for my epilepsy. So I wasn't feeling super great. I had just woken up, my meds hadn't really kicked in. So I decided to postpone my normal stream. And so we shifted it to this 7 p.m. Time slot. So hopefully, some of my folks will show up. I do see that I've got some folks in chat already. Hello, AV64 Dancer and Lydia and Trial Fan and Stone Homie. All right. So I've been really excited about the way this project is shaping up. We are almost done with the first floor. I spent some time earlier this morning working on interiors in the manor that we've built so far. The map that we're using is Marpenoth Hall by Dyson Logos, and I have a hotkey that shows up the map, and I actually swapped that over to the second floor map. So we will start working on the second floor today. We've got a couple of sections that just have roofs on them, and then we have other sections that actually go up to a second floor. So before we get into the game, though, I did want to show off a book from my collection that I'm really a fan of. I was actually reading it earlier at the coffee shop. I went to the coffee shop for a little while today. It's the first time I've been out of the house all week. But this is So You Want to Be a Game Master by Justin Alexander. This is a really nice book. It's pretty thick, but it goes into detail about how to actually run tabletop role-playing games in a way that most players' guides fail to do. Most Dungeon Master guides fail to do, I should say. It shows you, the specifics of how to design dungeons, how to design quest lines, how to design mysteries. It's really, really fantastic book. It's got some really great advice. I've been a follower of Justin's for a really long time on his blog, The Alexandrian. And so when I picked this book up, it has become one of my most referenced books. And it's really great. I don't get any kind of kickback for this. I'm not affiliated with Justin or anything. I just think it's a really great book, and like I said, I was reading it earlier at the coffee shop, and I figured I would show it off to you guys again. So if you are at all interested in tabletop role-playing games or in starting to run your own tabletop role-playing games, pick it up. The advice that's in it is kind of geared towards fantasy RPGs like Dungeons and Dragons, but it really applies to just about any style of tabletop role-playing game that you want to run. So, like I said, So You Want to Be a Game Master, Justin Alexander. Find you a copy of it. It's great read, and you won't be disappointed. So we are going to go ahead and hop into our game. We have our new map pulled up. You can see that it's a little bit different from the one that we were working with because it has the roofs on the different sides, and then it shows the second floor. And then we're going to go ahead and hop in, and I will show you guys a little bit of the work that I've been doing in here. So, I'm catching a little bit of lag. Hopefully my server will catch up. Not sure what's going on with that, but we added some carpets to the floor. And in the description of Marpenoth Hall that is posted on Dyson Logos blog, he mentions that there is a statue in this portion of the Great Hall. And there's a couple different ways you can build statues in Minecraft. I thought this one was a really nice way to use some vanilla blocks and also to use some of the new blocks that are added to this mod pack. So we have a vertical beam. This is a copper lamp from Create, Design, and Decor. The arms are just cobblestone walls, and the staff is just a oak fence but it does have this candle from Macaw's Lights and Lamps. I actually started off using a Minecraft observer for the face, but I found this hat stand from the Supplementaries mod. And basically what it is, it works a little bit like a armor stand, but instead of having a full body, it just has a spot for a helmet. So that is a netherite helmet stick on the top of the hat stand. And I really like the way it turned out. It looks really, really cool. I think it's really neat. So in this first room, I kind of turned this into kind of like a alchemy lab. I thought it was kind of neat. We've got the brewer's stand. We have an apple tree sapling in a flower pot. A couple different potions and herbs on the wall. These are the if I can do it, it's an item shelf, also from the Supplementaries mod, which is one of the better editions of this mod pack. So it's got those sticking there. We have some stacked books from the handcrafted mod, and just a combination of different pieces coming together. We've got some copycat panels and a desk and some stools and things like that. We have the lectern and just an open book. And then we have gray carpet just to kind of tie everything together. And then I added some of these throughout the build. I've added a lot of these stripped logs, and I've got them stuck on panels that are stuck on these oak plank walls. And I think it just kind of breaks up the way the walls look. They looked really plain and barren before, and there wasn't much to them. So I'm really pleased with the way that has come together. I think it looks really, really nice. I haven't really gotten to the rest of the rooms on this hallway yet. They're still looking about the same as what they did. But I did do the, I did work on this room too. This is the, it's kind of like a drinking, like a tavern area, sort of. There's a dining hall on the other side of the manor, and we'll get to that. I haven't really done any work in there yet, but I'm really pleased with the way this one has kind of come together too. We've got a jar filled with cookies and a cake and some jam jars. We've got a goblet with a wine barrel here and a whole bunch of cabinets. Have a bear trophy on the wall. These are really cool. This is from the Vinery mod, and it's a mod that lets you brew wines and stuff in the world, and so you can place different wine bottles. Handcrafted has a lot of really cool pieces like these oak chairs and the plates. Another bottle of wine over here, or well, whiskey, excuse me. And then just some paintings up on the walls to kind of tie it all together. So I'm pretty pleased with the way this is looking. I think it's looking really well. And then I've got some of these curtains from Macaw's windows, just to kind of look like tapestries hanging down in different places. So the interior looks really, really nice. I'm really pleased with it. I'm not so keen on this hallway. There is, because of the way I did the spacing, things don't line up. And I'm not quite sure if I like that. My goal was to have like one of these posts 2 blocks away from a door, but the doors are staggered in this build, so it kind of looks a little odd. I don't know if I like it or not. I may come back and change it. I may not. I don't really know. I haven't really gotten to the rest of the rooms of the build yet. So that's kind of what we've got at this point. So the next thing that we need to do is start working on the roof section. And I'm going to zoom this map in a little bit so I can see this a little bit better. So the way this map section works, it's a little odd. hold on. So the peak of it is not centered. The peak actually rises above this set of walls right here. Hold on, I'm gonna turn on our night vision real quick so that we can see what we're doing. Peak actually rises over this wall, and then it slopes down here, and then it slopes down on this side. So that is the part that we're going to be working on next. And to do that, we probably need to make some roof pieces. I don't think I have any in my transmutation table. I have terracotta and I have oak plank roof. Okay. Oak plank is probably what I want to use, I think. What did we use over here? We use spruce plank roofs, and I don't actually have these in my transmutation table because I didn't have the transmutation tablet whenever I was building this. So I'm gonna just break that, stick it in there. Lydia says, don't be shy, give us a cookie. All right. Let's see, how do I do the... There it is. Oh, it won't let me eat the cookie because I am not out of health. Or not out of hunger. Let's see. Do I have... No, I have difficulty turned on. All right, so if I run out of hunger, I will eat the cookie. All right, back to first person view. There we go. All right, let's see. It is an actual jar, and you can place cookies in and out of it. It's really nice. I like the way it functions. It's really cool. Drew, hello. Hi, Wobble fam. Rare chance to get to watch the Minecraft stream. Which Drew are you? Because there are several Drews in my community, and I'm losing track of them all. I don't recognize your username. All right, what am I doing? We're working on roofs. That's what we're doing. Okay, so to do this, I think what we're gonna need to do is Stone Homie says that's the coolest thing ever. All right, so we need basic building blocks. So we're gonna go with our stone bricks. Drew makes, all right. One second. But he says, sign me up with that mod, I'll be the cookie thief. I thought I turned on night vision, hold on. Oh, I took my helmet off, that's why. I forgot, the dark vision doesn't work without the helmet turned on. Okay, so map, this sticks out, looks like a block from the wall. Basically, the way these roof tiles work, they're basically just reskinned stairs, and you can actually see the outline of the actual shape right there. So it's really cool. It's really great the way it works. Goblin Drew. Stone Homie says Drew just coming in with a new handle to throw everyone off. That is exactly the way he's doing it. All right, so I need to see. I think that's as far as this actually goes. I'm going to leave those stones there because that's basically the way it'll work. But how far does this go? Looks like goes to about here. How's everybody's week been going this week? Mine has been busy. I've written an awful lot of blog posts this week. And then I also did even more writing on Cellar of Dreams. So I have pretty much been glued to my keyboard all week, which is part of why I went to the coffee shop today, because I just wanted to get out of the house for a bit. Let's see. Lydia says, out for summer early. I bet you're glad. Drew says, Goblin Rain album coming soon. Stonehomie says, we are working on putting all of our From the Village vaults into a collection. So it's been a lot of editing and working back in stuff that didn't make the cut originally because we have more space. That is really exciting. For those that are not aware, From the Village Vaults is a series that Stonehomie and Stonehome Games have been working on for their Dramaria campaign setting. And it's, I guess you'd call them a series of mini adventures. Some of them are more in depth than others, but it's some really great stuff. And they've been released individually for either pay what you want or $1 a piece. And it's really exciting to hear that they are going to be released in a full selection. So that's nice. Stonehomie says, we're thinking it'll be out by the end of the month. You know what? I'm First planks and stick. I'm gonna experiment with something because I'm afraid that if I take this all the way out here, that's gonna be super, super steep. And I don't know if I really want to do that the whole way. especially considering that then I have to take it down, which is going to be a little bit difficult to do from there. So let's try these. Let's see, it was something like that. There we go. This is a different style of roof that is a little bit more shallow angle. Let's see what we can do. Stonehomie says I'm pushing for an $8 price tag for 30 adventures. Honestly, dude, I'd go higher. And I would go at least 11. For that many adventures, I would go for $11 easy, if not more. I mean, I'm kind of a fan of pushing for a little bit higher price tag on stuff like that, but you guys have put a ton of work into that. So I would seriously consider it. Drew says, did you enjoy the ending of Final Fantasy X and fighting Seymour for the 65th time? Stonehomie just finished up Final Fantasy X. Stonehomie says, I wrote a review about it that will be on Wobble's blog soon. Yes, he did. He just sent it to me today. I haven't really had a chance to, I haven't been home long enough to really plug it into the blog yet, but it will be posted sometime later this week or this weekend, probably. Always exciting to have new guest posters on wobblerocket.com. I don't know if I like this because it puts that weird edge there. I do. That didn't work. That stick out like that. That's what I want. Okay, so what if we do... what if we do this? What if we try a spruce slab? Will it let us place these on top of each other? I don't know if it will or not. Negative, it will not. I'm not really sure how to do it. AV64 Dancer says, will it fall down if you build it out too far? No, it will not. It won't fall down because only certain blocks in Minecraft have physics. So I can do weird stuff like... I can do weird stuff like this, and then even if I break these blocks underneath, this block is never going to fall. But if I do... I have sand in here? Yeah, I do. Some blocks, like sand and gravel, do have physics, so that if there's not something underneath them to support, they will fall down. So no, the roof tiles won't do anything weird if I don't have something supporting them. I'm stumped here because I don't want to do this angle too high. I don't like the way that looks. Let's try... If we did stairs. Do spruce stairs, that might work. No, that doesn't look good either. Drew says, I'm off to eat, and GM Goblins. Have a good stream, everyone. Thanks for popping in, Drew. Always good to see you. Bearded Halfling, hello, hello. Lydia says, I'm out of school, but I am going to hang out with my girlies this Saturday. That sounds fun. Lydia says, but Stone Homie, I'm broke in general. Child, I have heard how much your mother pays you for good grades, so it's a lot more than I make in Ko-fi donations every month. Okay, well, let's figure this out here. What if do these attach? Not attach. Don't look terrible though. Attachments are not attaching the way I want them to attach. Lydia says she didn't even pay me yet. Well, you know, that's just the way it goes. Take her to small claims court. Okay, let's rethink this. I can't do it that way. Come on. I know that it's placing it sort of properly. Kinda. Because what it's doing is placing it on the top part, but for some reason it's placing it upside down. So what do I need to... How do I need to be oriented? Be down here? No, that doesn't do it. Obviously placing it on the right part of the block that I want, but it's placing it upside down. This is going to be a weird attempt, but how many wrenches in it? Let's see, what do we got? Smart wrench, crescent wrench, framed wrench. Little wrench. Let's try the supplementaries wrench and just see. It's made with copper. Beard Halfling says I can't stay for long. I was just tidying up a little project I'm working on. I should probably head to bed. Have a good night, Bearded Halfling. Thanks for checking in with us. Okay, so I need copper. This is probably not going to work. I'm almost certain this is not going to work. But I'm going to try it just to see. It does turn it. But it doesn't turn it the way I want it to be. Grr. I don't want it down there. I want it up here. I'm impressed that it turned it. Curses. Foiled again. Okay. Second tricky, hacky, kind of weird thing to do. Framed. What you call it? Where's the one that is... framed double slope? Not it. I want framed double slab. Framed cube. Stairs. Framed slope. Framed slope slab. Ah. No, it doesn't attach. Okay. Okay. Might maybe work. Kinda. Might maybe kinda work. Okay, this might be a workable solution. Possibly. Not 100% sure. Oh, not that one. Hey, yeah, I can work with that. We'll fix the end cap at some point. So we need some more spruce planks. And lower, can't type tonight. Lower roof. Okay. So to make this work, I need to place this row here. Then I need to place that way across there. Every time I think of the word spruce in Minecraft, I always think of the spruce goose from Howard Hughes. And it really makes me want to watch that movie, The Aviator, with Leo DiCaprio again. Stone Homie said, awesome to see Victor got his Kickstarter funded. He deserved it, plus it's another win for the community. Yes! That is very exciting. For those that are not familiar, Victor is one of the tabletop role-playing game creators in the Wobble Rocket Discord. And he just recently launched a Kickstarter for a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition supplement called Heart of Darkness. And just successfully funded, and I want to say, did he hit his first stretch goal? I know it was getting pretty close. I haven't had a chance to keep up on that right now, so I'm a little out of the loop on it, but I know he was getting pretty close on the first stretch goal. Baby 64 Dancer, I think you would like that movie. It's very, very good. It's got a lot of cool aviation stuff in it. It really shows the deterioration of Howard Hughes's mental state. He was, if you're not familiar with who Howard Hughes was, he was an aviator and filmmaker who did a lot of really incredible aviation films in the early part of the of last century, and he ended up building this plane, a cargo plane called the Spruce Goose, that was made completely out of wood, and a lot of people said it would never fly, but it did. Stone Homie says, with a 2 for 2, our D20 questions interviews have a 100% success rate of getting your Kickstarter funded. Yes, that is good advice. I should have had, I wish I had had a Kickstarter whenever you guys interviewed me. Lydia says air flight. Yes. Like prop planes and stuff like that. He had a couple of helicopter things, but mostly airplanes. Okay, so we need to come out to... Oh. I'll tidy all this stuff up later, but for now I just want to get the structure of it put together. Howard Hughes had OCD, and he eventually got to a point where he basically locked himself into his... He had a movie theater in his house because he was fantabulously rich. And he would obsessively watch his own movies because he was just obsessing over each shot. AV64 Dancer said, I think I saw it a long time ago, but I'd like to see it again. The US government would not let him have enough aluminum to build it, so he used plywood. War rationing. Yeah. Yeah, that was right around the time that World War II was kicking off when he built the Spruce Goose, I believe. So yeah, anytime that I'm building with spruce in Minecraft, I always think of that because it's just not a word that I come across very often outside of Minecraft. All right, so we need to... Got to build this out, but then I need to actually delete. I'll have to go back and destroy these blocks later, but I need something to attach the slopes to. Okay. Now we go back and destroy this part. Then it has to angle differently back down this way. Figure out how we do this. We'll do that, that, break that, that. Afraid this might look a little weird, but I don't know. It's the way the slope is designed on the map. Stone Homie says, I'm back, grabbed an ice cream sandwich. I didn't even know you were gone, Stone Homie. Stone Homie says, I'm like a shadow. 1 minute I'm quipping, gone the next. You know, I don't think doing roofs in Minecraft is quite as strenuous as doing them in real life, but it's still kind of awkward. All right, let's see. I need these. Oh, that's not the right ones. That's the tall ones. Need short ones. I'm going to go ahead and grab some more of because I'm going to need them. Spruce. I confused myself for a second. I forgot that I hadn't torn this part down yet. I was like, why is this coming down lower than the rest of the roof? The slanted stairs help a lot. Yeah, they really do. Okay, so let's tear that down. Tear that down. That and that. That. Running out of stuff. Okay, here we go. All right, let's see. Okay, that doesn't look too terrible. We do have some miscellaneous spots that we need to figure out. And I don't think we can stick a slab in here. May have to replace these end pieces with a different kind of block that has that slant on top. Not really sure. Or I may just see about like capping it somehow. Hello, Nicofor. Welcome in. Okay, I will figure out how to bring these walls up and attach things probably later on. I mean, I might go ahead and part with the stone here just because that's pretty easy to do. Stone Homie says, all right, I'm off to spend some time with the bride. Take it easy. Have fun and say hi to the bride of Stone Homie for me. I know I said I was going to do this later, but maybe I lied. Just a wee bit. Wrong one. Nicofor says, how we doing today? Doing pretty well. It has it's been a busy week so far. Done a lot of writing, which is a good thing. Nicofor said, I just got done with my stream and saw this was on. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to swing by your stream today. I like the way the new project is coming along, though. It looks good. Actually like the way that looks. I'll probably do some detailing later on, but we'll go ahead and bring this up to the edge. Force says, no biggie, I'm gonna go buy food, but I'll have you on my phone. What kind of food you gonna get today? Hello, Lydia. Welcome back. Okay, so I need to, now that we've got that section done, to work on the second floor wall here, this section. And what that's going to do is it's going to go up probably another 4 or 5 blocks, I think. How tall is this wall? This wall goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blocks. So we're going to basically just match that and go 9 blocks up from there. Cool thing here is these windows are basically going to be mirrors of each other. Not mirrors, it's going to be words. I cannot word tonight. They're just gonna match the windows below. That's what I'm trying to say. Let's grab our copycat slopes. So I actually had to this mod pack that I'm using, Builders Paradise 2, actually updated after my last stream. And unfortunately, they removed the copycat the create copycats plus mod that adds these slope blocks that I'm using. So I had to luckily I looked at the change log and realized they had done that. So instead I just chose not to update. But it's kind of annoying because, like I said, I had planned on releasing the download for this build after I get this Marpenoth Hall done. And I probably still will, but I'm going to have to include some extra instructions that if you want to play it, you're going to have to get the specific version that has these copycat plus blocks in it for it to look right. So that's obnoxious because, and it's not really something that I can remove without doing a whole ton of work, because we use them on these parts, we use them for the windows. The entire slanted section of the walls is done with those copycat blocks. So there's absolutely no way for this build to remove that mod. And the reason they did that is this mod is an add-on to another mod called Create. And the base Create mod updated, and the add-on mod has not updated yet. So until such time as the add-on mod updates to match the parent mod, we're just going to have to use the older version. AV64 Dancer just donated $133, says this is an early birthday present. Wow. Thank you, AV64 Dancer. That is incredible. Thank you so much. That is so incredible that I misjudged my window spacing. No, seriously, that is super incredible. Thank you so much, AV64 Dancer. I appreciate that. For those that don't know, my birthday is coming up. I will turn 40 July 1st. And it is not really looking forward to it, to be honest with you, but it is what it is. All right, there we go. That looks better. Okay, so AV64 Dancer said, I did not mean to mess up the build. You didn't, because I actually placed that window before you sent the donation. Okay, so we've got right here. There's a window right here, so this should be like right there. All right, let's stick some windows in here. We have 30-something viewers at the moment, so if you are new to this channel, I hope that you will hit that like button and that you will hit the subscribe button. My goal this year is to hit 1,000 subscribers, and we've been making pretty good progress on that. I think I was at Lydia, what was it, 326 when this stream started? That looks a little odd, but I think I'm okay with it. This would actually look better if the corner was symmetrical, but I don't think I can do that without doing weird stuff to the corner. I don't know. We'll think on it. Right now, I just want to get the basic structure of the second floor tower built, and then in true Wobble Rocket fashion, as we do on this stream, we will probably tear it down and rebuild it again. Okay, so there is... The map sort of shows a roof over this wall right here. And I think what it is there is a walkway here, and then the roof is a covering over it. And I think there's a door here. It's not super clear on the map. But I think that's probably the way it is. So that's what we're going to go with. That's what we're going to assume is the thingy here. So I'm going to stick... This way we'll be able to have a double door here. And I think that will work really well. I actually want to do a 3 things so that I can do a double extra tall door like we have in the rest of the build. Okay, and it looks like there is, yeah, there's a window directly over this one as well. That one out a little bit. That's weird. Okay, so we'll do that one there, that one there. Five, six. Okay, so we got that window done. And then the rest of this is just bricks all the way up. This is actually a good time to use our infinity wand that we made a couple of streams ago. Yeah, building out this this second section is gonna go a lot smoother now that we have some better tools. Bricks. Magpie! 35 people watching. Heck yeah, tuning in while doing some chores. Don't know how long I'll be around. Always good to see you, Magpie. Oh, nope, not that one. Oh, really? So if you are just tuning in, this is a Minecraft stream where what I do is I take maps that have been drawn for tabletop role-playing games and I turn them into Minecraft maps. So this map that we're using, which you can see a portion of it here, I have it kind of, let me zoom it a little bit so you guys can see it better. Come on. There we go. This map is made by Dyson Logos, who is a really fantastic tabletop role-playing game map creator, who releases all of their maps for free for use, for personal use. You can use them in your games, or you can even use them in your commercial products. So like if you want to create an adventure for Dungeons and Dragons, you can use the maps that this Dyson Logo guy puts in his puts on his blog and things like that. He has a Patreon, so you can subscribe and support him. And in fact, I'm gonna take a real quick second. I'm gonna drop a link to his website because he makes some really fantastic stuff. And if you're all a fan of tabletop role-playing games, you should check it out. So there is a link to the Dyson Logos blog in chat. Give it a look. It's got some great content on there. Tons and tons and tons of maps. He's even done maps of like published D&D adventures. So if you want to take the map from like a classic D&D module and take it to the next level, grab one of Dyson Logos maps and you won't be disappointed. There's some really great stuff in there. Dyson actually popped by this stream a few days ago, which was really cool. Okay, so we got that part. There should be a window. Yeah, there's a window matching this one. So I go ahead and do a second layer across here. What is that? 3 blocks out? 1, 2, 3. Five and 6. All right. Go ahead and finish up this window. That's a really tall chimney. I'm gonna have to do some work there. Of course, it won't look as tall because there will be a there'll be a floor through here to separate the two areas. Okay, so that's 3, 4. Magpie says, Minecraft is always the game of, I spent so much time playing you, and when I see folks play it, I always feel the old itch. Absolutely. I feel exactly the same way. In fact, I kind of got back into playing Minecraft because I was watching a Minecraft streamer, and then I just got sucked back into it. It's just how it goes. Okay, so we got that window there. Looks like there is a window above here, which is interesting. Yeah, there's a window here. Magpie says, the absolute vibes that is this background. This is Good Kid, and I've actually been meaning to set things up to play their other albums, but they are a really fantastic band, and they also allow their music and stuff to be used free of charge. These are the instrumental versions. I really like the lyrical versions of their songs. and they have a music video for one of their songs called Mimi's Delivery Service that is very Studio Ghibli inspired, if you are into the Studio Ghibli cozy vibe. So it looks like this is going to come out to about here, and then we will have, pretty sure they'll, yeah, like there's another window there. So you have double windows all the way up by the look of it. That took a second. Starting to get odd little bit of lag whenever my server backup kicks in. Not really sure what's going on there. One of the things that our Ko-fi goal that AV64 Dancer absolutely smashed earlier. Part of what that's going towards is getting a new CPU for my computer. Which the one that I've got is pretty serviceable, but when I am streaming and doing a whole bunch of other stuff at the same time, it kind of bottlenecks a little bit, so I'm excited to look into getting another one. Lydia says, I just killed a spider, just faced a fear. I am very proud of you, Lydia. You show that spider who's boss. Remember, kids, if a spider ever bites you, bite it back. One, two, three, four, five. Gotta do one more. 6. Magpie says, the only thing to fear from spiders is the ones you can't see. Truer words never spoken. Actually, to be perfectly fair, the thing to fear about spiders are the ones that start talking to you. Because if that happens, you got problems. Okay, so this goes stone all the way to this window. Guess I can ditch all these bricks since I'm not using that part anymore. Lydia says, I tried to talk to a snake before. Magpie says, Wobble, you got problems if I to make God, what was the pig's name? Wilbur? The pig's name Wilbur? Or am I misremembering that? I want to say Babe, but that was a completely different movie. And I know it wasn't Napoleon because that takes Charlotte's Web in a totally different direction. Wilbur, yeah. It was Wilbur. Charlotte wrote something in her web, though, to make Wilbur look good. It was marketing, basically. It was like bodacious or something, but I know that wasn't it. Vivacious? That's gonna bug me now. I'm gonna have to look that up. Radiant. That was it. Bodacious would have been fun, though. Totally tubular, dude. I want, like, a California surfer version of Charlotte's Web now. Gnarly. Lydia says I talked to a snake before and it talked back to me. Well, what did you tell it? Oh, is it cookie time? Lydia, have you been watching desperately for me? I just threw glass. Okay. All right. Let's drop our thing. Hello, Wobble fans. Time to eat a cookie. Oh, it's not time to eat a cookie. I still have too much health for me to eat a cookie. Oh, it's probably because of my armor, to be honest. Yeah, it's because of my armor. I forgot that the armor that we made like restores your hunger and your health. So yeah, sorry Lydia, you gotta wait on that one a little bit more. Lydia said, you said go away, boy. We broke up. The snake was an ex of mine. All right, let's admire the lovely sunset. Sunrise? Sunrise. It's going up. Yeah, this goes all the way out this way. Oh yeah, I forgot to put glass in this one. Should do that. So the way this kind of sort of works is there is there's a window right here. Oh, I know what I did. Messed up a little bit. But he said, you keep making me mad, bro. I'm sorry. Not trying to make you mad. All right, so we need to fix the window here, and we should be good to go. That should match up now. That should make it match up with the other windows. I think all my new viewers must be in church right now, trying to watch my stream while and not get noticed by the preacher. Magpie says, "What's the Wobble high score?" This is the most number of viewers I've ever had. I don't think it's ever gone this high before. I think prior to this, it was 40 something. So, you know, maybe that's a clue that I should start doing my Minecraft stream on an evening time slot instead of doing it in the morning. Because normally I don't stream at this time. Normally, Lydia says, finish the complete column first before doing the copy blocks in the stone texture. Why? No, I'm gonna do it my way, Lydia. I will build how I wish to build. You know what, Lydia? Just for that, I'm gonna do this. Oh. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it like that. For like 20 minutes or something, I don't know. But he says, it's more efficient. I don't care if it's more efficient. It is what I'm doing. There is nothing about my building style that is efficient. Okay, now I'm going to tear this down because it bugs me. That wasn't 20 minutes, but you know, whatever. Magpie said, I remember when Minecraft added the Nether and Wobble over here playing Full Metal Alchemist. So the mod that does all this stuff with like the transmutation table is called Project E. And it's called Project E because it was... But he said it bugged you more than me. It's called Project E because it was originally named after... The mod was originally called Equivalent Exchange. And then the developer of Equivalent Exchange stopped supporting it. And somebody came back and decided to revive the mod. I really hope I'm not tearing down the wrong part of the roof, but I don't think I am. Oh, okay. I see. It actually goes in like that. Mastar says, what kind of PC specs you got? I am running... Let me see here. I've got an AMD Ryzen 5 2600 processor, a ridiculous 64 gigabytes RAM, and I'm running a NVIDIA 2080 video card. Magpie says, oh, alchemy and transmutation, something worth giving a bit more attention to in a TTRPG setting. Someone should probably add that to a list or something. Oh, I did screw up my roof a little bit. That's okay. We'll go back and fix that later. It's a pretty nice computer. My last desktop was kind of on its last legs, and so during the COVID pandemic, when they were doing the stimulus checks, I was like, I really should put this to debt or something like that, but my computer was dying, and I pretty much live on my computer. I use it for everything. I use it for gaming, I use it for work, I use it for everything. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to just go ahead and spend good money and get myself something that will last and that I can upgrade. And so that's what I've done since then. I've added a new SSD. I've added some more memory. I've added a couple of other modifications and stuff to it since I got it. And it's done really well. It's still a great computer. I really like it. One day I would like to upgrade the video card, but I think to do that, I'm probably going to end up having to possibly get a new motherboard and possibly do a bigger power supply. So it's a little bit more of a chore, but the processor that I'm aiming for is kind of a mid-grade processor, but it's a upgrade from what I got. So, and it won't require me to change anything as far as power supply or motherboard goes. All right, let's see. I'm not sure I understand the way this map works here as far as this section, because it's showing that it goes across. I think maybe it does. I think it grows up from here. And then it goes out. Yeah, because that's where that window is. Mass Star says, what mod pack is this? This is Builders Paradise 2, which you can find on the FTB launcher. And it's a survival pack, but it is really designed for building and decoration. It has the Project E-mod, which is, it's the thing that has given us like the flight, and we have the transmutation tablet, which lets us get basically all the blocks that we need. And I'm gonna tear this down because this is not where this goes. So it's a kind of a cross between survival and creative mode. We still have to collect or craft anything that we want to add to the transmutation table. And there are a few items that we can't get from the transmutation table, so. But once we've crafted it or found it in the world, then we can basically get as many of that block as we want. And that makes it pretty easy for building and things like that. If I'm reading this right, and I don't know if I am or not, that window goes there. There's a window here. No, so it does have to go all the way across. Okay. I don't know how there's a window. I guess there's a window somehow that sticks out above the window that sticks out somehow above the thing. I don't know. Yeah, I guess we're gonna stick a a window here to match this one. Oh. Lydia says, Wobble, 81 people watching the stream. I see that. I am very excited to have new viewers. Thank you guys so much for watching tonight. This is normally not the time slot that I stream this stream at. I normally do it in the mornings, but given the viewership tonight, I think I'm going to have to seriously consider shifting this stream to an evening time slot, because there's a lot more people watching than there is earlier in the day. Trial Fan says, I really like this music. Mastar says, oh yeah, I would like having the stream around this time. Okay. I will definitely think about that. This is normally a once a week stream. I do stream a couple of other things throughout the week. We just started a Castlevania Symphony of the Night stream on Friday nights. That's using the Castlevania Symphony of the Night randomizer. So that is a brand new stream that we just started last week. I've also been doing a ROM hack of Final Fantasy IV. And we are almost done with that stream, but that one is Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. And then on Sunday nights at 7 p.m., I do a what I call Sunday Night NES. And it's just an opportunity to kind of play some of those really cool old school NES games. So for the most part, my channel is like retro games, but this stream is kind of a cool crossover for me, because I really like Dungeons and Dragons. I really like tabletop role-playing games, and this is an opportunity to kind of mesh that with my love of video games by recreating some of the really cool maps and stuff. And one of the things that we are going to do is after this build is complete, in fact, I'll go ahead and show it. There is a little nook here under the stairwell, and it's just a little storage room, but we're gonna have a trapdoor in here leading down to some caverns underneath. And the very first Dungeons and Dragons map module that was ever published was called Into the Unknown, or Enter the Unknown, something like that. And I know I'm a horrible fan for not remembering exactly the name of the module, but it's been a really long time since I've looked at it. But we're going to stick the dungeon from that map underneath Marpenoth Hall. But he says, remember to like and subscribe. Wobble, please say remember to like and subscribe. Yes, please remember to like and subscribe to the channel. And if people want to subscribe, I'm sure that they will. Okay, I see what it does. It goes... I don't think the window's going to work quite right here the way it looks like it wants to, but we'll figure it out. I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out later. Okay, so we need to stick the window in here. Grab my more glass. Okay, I gotta fix the roof. Let me go ahead and do that. That one there. I guess what I can do, I need this to attach. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go like that. Slope. Wrong one. That's not supposed to go there. Add more bricks. Really? Roost. Okay. Don't know how I feel about that, but it will kind of sort of work. I got to figure out how to fix these gaps. But I'll figure that out at some point. And then this does a thing where it goes out like... Nope, wrong one. Magpie says, think it's this bird's bedtime. 89 people. Heck yeah. Good night, friends and fiends. Good night, Magpie. Thank you so much for popping in. Always good to see you gracing my stream once again. Oh, wrong one. Will we get to 100 viewers tonight? Only time will tell. That would be really cool if we did. Why? Let's see here. Go across this way. Oops. Stuck blocks in the wrong spot. Lydia said, I crossed my toes and legs and my arms. I feel like you guys are a lot more invested in my viewer count than I am. All right, let's see here. Yeah, technically the map shows there being a window like right here, but I don't know how well that's gonna work. Without making this tower much taller, I don't see a great way to put a window there. It only shows there being 2 floors. So if I stick that much higher, I don't think it's going to work. So I think I'm just going to leave the window off, to be honest. Okay, so I need this to come out to about there. Lydia says, I crossed my toes and my legs and my arms and my eyes. I hate to tell you, kid, but I'm supposed to be the epileptic one. And that's crossing into some dangerous territory there. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do for the roof for the tower, because the way the map is designed, it leaves the upper levels open, and that's so that, you know, it's a tabletop role-playing game map, so that you can see what's in those levels. But it doesn't give us any indication on whether there is a sloped roof or whether the roof is more like a castle style. And I think I'm gonna do more of a castle style roof to it. I think I'm gonna do some sort of like a ladder or something giving roof access with like a flat roof with maybe crenellations or something. I think that's probably how we're gonna go about it. I don't like the way this looks, so let's see what we can do here. That looks a little better. Sort of. Not really. Yeah, that looks better. I like that. Okay. Oh, what's the deal here? It has a problem. Problem that I misjudged my windows yet again. That's never happened on Wobble Rocket. Trial Fan says, what happens when it rains? Things get wet. I mean, for the most part in Minecraft, the rain is atmospheric. Doesn't really do much. I think maybe there's a couple of things that like only spawn when it rains, maybe. I know if it's a thunderstorm and creepers are out, there's a chance that they get hit by lightning, and then they turn into super creepers who blow up much bigger chunks of your house. But I have mob griefing turned off so they don't actually blow chunks in the world. Because I really hate whenever I'm working on large builds like this and a creeper comes along and just wrecks it. Speaking of bad guys, hello, good sir. Would you like a mace to the face? He apparently did. Trial Fan says, are there tornadoes? There is a mod that adds tornadoes, but there are not tornadoes in default Minecraft. But there is a mod for Minecraft that adds a tornado that will actually destroy blocks. That's pretty cool. This world actually does have a tornado, sort of. It's still in progress. But it does have a tornado that I'm in the process of building. And it has these terrible guys who kind of spin around like tornadoes. Go away. There's my tornado, sort of. I really don't like the way it looks. I really feel like I need to... I feel like the colors are off, but I also feel like if I make it bigger and it starts getting more shape, I feel like it'll look better. I don't know. I need to work on it some more. I need to add a bunch more layers to it and see if I like it before I destroy it. Because right now I'm tempted to destroy it because I don't like the way it looks. But if I do that and then, you know, I could have done better with it, then I'll be really, really disappointed. Stonehomie says late night wobble popping off. Yeah, I guess I have learned. Hey, it's phantoms. Go away. Go away. I guess I need to sleep. All right, we'll run back to the house real quick and sleep so the phantoms stop bugging us. Carl Fan says it's too dark, needs more silver. Yeah. So for those of you who are new to the channel, these random builds that you see around the world, these are special builds that I do for my Ko-fi members. So anyone who signs up for a Ko-fi membership for at least $1 a month gets one of these unique builds throughout the place. This is the Shrine of Stonehomie, and it is a sheep because when I first started this stream, I needed wool, and I didn't have the transmutation table yet. and I had to trek for like dozens of blocks to get a sheep and lure it back to my house. And I finally got one all the way. The stupid blitz things that kept spawning kept killing them. And I finally get it into the pen, and Stone Homie's like, I will subscribe as a Ko-fi member if you kill the sheep. And I am such a wonderful person that I murdered that sheep in cold blood for a single dollar from Stone Homie. And it was a great decision because Stone Homie pops into every one of my streams, and we have this wonderful interior here. Thou standeth before the homie of stones, patron of sheeply assassination, with a chest full of wool and the message, visit dramaria.com, so that you can see all of the incredible world building that Stone Homie and Stone Home Games do for their campaign setting. They were, in fact, the World Anvil Pillars of Progress Award winners for 2025. We got some other cool things to show off. This is another one of my Ko-fi builds. This is for Tech Priest Nearslu, who is a tabletop role-playing game map creator. So I thought we would do this really cool cartographer's tower. Got a really neat interior to it, and we have a map on the wall, which I need to update at some point because it doesn't actually show Marpenoth Hall that we've been building. It should be like right in this section. I need to update the map at some point. And Liberty Bell was a pet of Nearslu's in real life who passed away. And so we immortalized Liberty Bell in the cartographer's tower. Oh yeah, that's right. I can take the we can take the ladder up to the second level. And we can see the really cool, unfortunately non-functional telescope that's up here. These are really neat. These are the boiler plates from Create, Design, and Decor. And just a couple of other random bits and bobs to stick that all together. We have a really cool terrarium build over here for another one of my Ko-fi members, Deviant D&D Mama. I guess I need to go in and trim the vines a little bit. They're starting to take over. I kind of want to vary them up a little bit, but they're growing substantially. But the tornado that's over there is also a Ko-fi build in progress for Gusty. And I need to finish that one up at some point. And I've also got to do one for Goblin Drew. This is my little sort of my starter home. This is what we started the entire place with, and then we built a barn and a little chicken coop here with all of our chickens. And then this wasn't a Ko-fi build, but one of my followers who watches regularly watches with his sons, and his son Jack plays Dungeons and Dragons with him, and Jack designed a really cool monster called a Game Garage, which is this boar thing with like a cloud of stinging flies, and it smells terrible, and it's got all these tusks and stuff. And Jack drew a picture of his Game Garage, and with his dad's help, they turned it into an actual D&D monster, which you can download. And so for Jack's birthday, I took his sketch of a Game Garage and turned it into a Minecraft build. And it was one of the best things that we did on this channel. I really, really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. I'm really amused that this was the first build that I did on the channel, and there are still a couple of places that haven't fully oxidized yet. All right, guys, I think I think I am going to take a coffee break for just a few minutes. And then I normally don't stream this long, but hey, we have 104 viewers right now, which is the most that my channel has ever had. And I'm feeling pretty good. So I'm going to continue work on the next part, but I am going to grab some water, grab some coffee, and kind of rest my voice for just a few minutes before we get started on the next part of this build. So I will catch you guys in just a few minutes. Thank you so much for hanging out, and make sure you hit that like button and hit the subscribe button. Like I said. See you in a minute. We are back, and lovely Miss Freya making her appearance known for a few minutes. Sort of. You want treats? Yeah? All right. Got some hydration. Have not had enough water today. Please remember to do so. Stone Homie says, time for edgier content. 1 million subs and we host a murder mystery dinner. That would actually be really fun. Lydia says, I'm getting more of my friends to subscribe soon. Dancer says, sign us up for the murder mystery, Stone Homie. Stone Homie says, you all play fancy dwarves and you have to figure out which one of you killed Balrog. That would actually be really fun. Like, do a murder mystery, but everyone is dwarves from Middle Earth. Okay, so I wanted to see what I could do about these gaps here. So I need to check out the framed blocks. And I need a block like this one, but I need one that has more of a slope to it. And I don't know if that exists. There's these, but that's not a full slope. Need one that's like a slab at the bottom and then a sloped slab on the top. There's a lot of different options though. So let's see. Framed, stacked, slope, slab. I think that's what I need. I think that looks like what I need right there. Okay, so I need a framed hammer, framed slab, and a framed slope slab. Do I have a framed hammer? I do have a framed hammer. Framed. Framed slab and framed slope slab. All right, let's see what we can do to combine these. That, and that. Okay, so let's go ahead and stick one of those in there so we can get as many of them as we need. Then yeah, that fixes that problem. Cool. Stone Homie says, second breakfast, first murder. Oh, wrong place. Between the copycat block or the copycats plus blocks and the framed blocks mods, there are so many cool designs that you can do. It's really, really interesting and impressive to see how everything can line up like that. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay, so we're gonna fix these real quick. And we gotta fix the ones on the other side. I'm probably like gonna totally screw myself up if I try to make this roof angle properly like that. So I think I'm not going to do that. I think if I try to do that, I'm going to totally screw it up, and I don't want to risk all of that. Trial fans said, wait, how did I miss Freya? Unfortunately, Freya is only lets her presence be known on stream for very short periods of time. And I pretty much have to bribe her with treats every time I try it. I'm still not 100% happy with the roof, but I'm okay with it for now. I will probably play around with it off stream and try a whole bunch of different variations on it and see what I like about it and see what I can fix. I just haven't quite decided if that's the way I want it to look. Okay, so Stonehomie says other ideas for edgier wobble segments include Creepers Gone Wild, Dracula's Drawers, and the Fetishes of Fusoya. You know, there is for Castlevania Symphony of the Night, there is a naked Alucard challenge, which is not nearly as tantalizing as it sounds like, because it's basically just a challenge where you go through the game punching things to death and wearing no armor. But there is the naked Alucard challenge, and that might be fun to do sometime. All right, let's pull our map back up. Figure out what we need to do. Basically the same sort of vibe as what we did on the other side. Okay, so we need slope. More of our copycat vertical slopes. Three, 4, 5, 6. Lydia says, tired, hashtag sleepy kid. You can go to bed. Don't have to stay up and watch me all night. AV64 Dancer says it's looking pretty good so far. Can always be tweaked. Yeah, that's kind of the plan. I always kind of like getting the basic structure out first, and then I can always go back later and modify the rest of it. So what's interesting here, Lydia says, night guys, see you tomorrow stream. There's not a stream tomorrow. There's a stream on Friday. Friday night at 7 p.m. Tomorrow is Thursday. Simongus says, how do you have 2.43 trillion EMC? I have that many EMC because this mod pack includes the project expansion mod, which adds a ridiculous number of ridiculously powerful collectors so that you can basically develop enough EMC to build as many things as you want. Like I said, this mod pack, the Builders Paradise 2 mod pack, is not really designed to be a serious technological project or anything like that. It's really just designed to be sort of a halfway point between survival and creative mode. Drew says, stream still going strong. Welcome back, Drew. Good to see you again. Yeah, we are cruising. Viewer count is going off the charts. This is by far the most popular stream that I have ever done. Is that the only window on the front? Oh, it does stick a window like right here. I guess it sticks a window right here. Huh. Because it's right before this starts going off this way. Drew says, not back, searching for session music. I got you. You know what? We're going to go ahead and just get the structure in, and then I will go back and figure out the funky windows later. Yeah, this answer says, is it 2 floors? And yes, this section is going to be 2 floors. So there's a roof. And I think I actually need to put this up a little bit higher than what it is now. This is the floor, and it'll continue in through here. I think I actually need to raise this floor by 1 more. I'm not sure though. And then this continues across. It looks like there's actually a roof that slopes up this way. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if I can do that in Minecraft because of the way it's angled. There's supposed to be a roof that goes this way, that angles down from here. But because of the way this is set on a diagonal, oh, you guys can't see what I'm looking at. This is supposed to slope down here. And because of the way these are set on an angle, on a diagonal, I don't know if I can do that in Minecraft. I can try. I can try to make it look right. It may take some creative work to get it to work, but we'll see. Okay, so this is got us at 96. What are we at over here? 97, so we need to add 1 more block. 1 more. Drew says, looks awesome, right music. Sorry, the stream's too good. Tell your players they don't get to play goblins, they just have to watch me build Minecraft stuff. Let's just play around here and see what happens. That, oh, let's do the normal roof blocks. They'll be easier to work with than the shallow one. Yeah, trying to get this roof to look right. I just don't know if that's gonna... I don't know if that's gonna play out the way I want it to. I might be able to do it instead of doing the roof blocks. I might be able to do it with just like normal spruce slabs. Not sure. I think I'm gonna have to think on that one for a bit. So instead, I'm just going to block this off so that this has a flat roof to it, and I will figure it out later. Which is pretty much the story of my life. No matter what you're facing in life, figure it out later is fairly workable philosophy. Except, you know, like open chest wounds or something like that. Those you should probably figure out now. That actually doesn't look half bad. There will be windows here once I figure out the spacing. Five. Six. Oh, that's right, because these don't go all the way down to the ground. That's okay. Yeah. All right. That doesn't. I thought I had screwed up my dimensions again. That's not where that goes. Is there a window over each one of those? Yeah, one, two. That's going too high. $147 viewers. Hello to everybody. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your Wednesday night to watch me stick blocks down and often screw myself up while I do it. Okay, so we stick our blocks down here. Get this next window set up. That's not where that goes. Okay, so stick those down. One, two, three, four, five, six. One, two, four, five, six. Oh! Dropped out of my flight. Or glass. And it looks like it goes... Yeah, it goes straight across this way. Cool. So that is the part of the second floor of this portion. We need to go across here. Okay. Are there matching windows here? Kind of looks like there are. There's two windows there. Actually, it looks like it's just these two windows that are matched. Best I can tell. So we need there. Oh yeah, this is that weird little section right here. I forgot about that. Bricks. Bricks. Wrong one. Wrong way. Those up there. Our glass should go right in here. All right. This window, and then be about finished with the walls here. Got the windows. Looks like there's actually a window here. I think. No, those are the two windows. So yeah, there should be a window up this way. Not really sure the best way to do that. And I'll probably have to wait on that until I get the floor set up through here. Because I don't really know where the walls and the separations are going to be on this level. Separations might be different, and so there is supposed to be another window looking out in the courtyard here, but I don't really know where its spacing is supposed to be. Probably going to end up being like right here, right next to these other ones, most likely, just to make it look good, but I don't know. What I'm going to do instead is I'm just going to go ahead and build out the rest of the wall. There are supposed to be some windows on this outer portion here. There's supposed to be I know there's supposed to be a window down here at the bottom of these walls that I need to put in. And then there's another window up top. There's windows right here in front of the stairwell. And then there's a window on this side and another one. I'm going to come back and work on those later. But for now, I'm just going to get the rest of the structure together to the height that I need. I really need to remember that I have this infinity wand, because it will make building these things so much easier if I actually pay attention to it. If anybody watching is familiar with the Builders Paradise 2 mod, if you know of a mod that is in this pack that allows you to display custom images, please let me know in the comments, because I would really like to display Dyson Logos' maps that this build is based off of. I'd really like to display them so that people can see a comparison from the drawn tabletop role-playing game map and the Minecraft build. I know that there are mods in other mod packs that can do that. I have not been able to figure out one that is in this mod pack that does it. So I don't know. I got to figure that out. There is kind of a weird screwy way that you can do custom images using app files, but it's a little finicky, I think. That might be an option if I can't figure out anything else. Nope. I asked about it on the FTB subreddit, but unfortunately, nobody answered. I think it's just because this is not really that common of a mod pack. Most people play the more complicated technical mod packs versus, you know, artistic ones like this. So, I don't know, but oh, I fell off the edge. I don't know what that accent was. I don't think you're supposed to be there. Pretty sure you're not. Okay, let's stick a whole bunch of these in here. I need some more of the slope blocks. Brittany says, you're still in here? Yeah, I'm still in here. Look at my viewer count. Also, welcome in, Brittany. It's good to see you. Okay, so that is the basic structure of the second floor levels done. Still need to I think this is going to go out like this, and then I'm going to stick this across this way, and then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do stairs underneath it. Brittany says, I can't make it tag people. I don't know why. I'm not sure. You should be able to. We've actually got that. I think what I'm going to do is do it like alternating. Or how well that's going to work. A lot of it depends on if it's an even or an odd number of blocks across this wall. Oh yeah, that's perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. There we go. That looks good. I like that. Then I don't really know how that's going to work, but a door, a tall door, tall oak door. Brady says, did Lydia tell you how she sent your stream link to all her little friends and forced them to subscribe or receive her wrath? I assumed that there was something kind of like that at work. Whoa, what did I do? Crap, what did I do? Okay, it's not terrible. I accidentally had the infinity one selected. That could have been really bad. I could have added a whole bunch of blocks that I would have had to destroy. But that was just a small section, so that's okay. We can deal with that. Brittany said she was straight up networking before you even entered the chat. I love it. All right, so we need fence. We'll do oak fence. Gotta go higher than that. Look great. Railfan says the chat hearts Lydia. That is absolutely true. She is wonderful. Brittany says, I'm so glad. I worry that she'll come in here and get mouthy, because then I'd have to show her that I'm better at it. Lydia is very well behaved, and you have nothing to worry about. She does a great job. I don't know if I like how steep that is. This would probably be another one that looks better with the shallower roof. Although it does go up to a pretty decent height there. Who knew? Brittany said she told me she was in here bad-mouthing me because I owe her report card money. I told her to tell y'all her summer tuition is $400 so she can wait a minute. Oh, I don't know. I feel like I want to go for the shallower roof tiles here. Spruce planks lower base roof. I'm gonna be so oh, I'm gonna be so annoyed. I'm pretty sure that fixes the problem that I had earlier, that I had to do all the weird stuff around. Let's see. We're just going to test this real quick because I have a feeling that this is going to fix the thing that I had a problem with. Yep. It does. Although, I don't know. I kind of like the... Can't decide. I kind of actually like the differences there. She had grilled cheese for dinner at the ice cream parlor tonight and said that they didn't burn her grilled cheese. She was in here the other night and she was telling us all about how her dad burned her grilled cheese, so she was totally throwing him under the bus. But thankfully, there were only like 23 people watching at that point, so she didn't roast him in front of the entire internet. Just a substantial portion of it. All right, so let's take these down. And then we can do that. And where are they? I need more of the roof. There's planks. There we go. That actually means I can bring this down a little bit. Go down like probably 2 blocks. Brittany says she's a mess. I'm exhausted just typing about her antics. she was very excited when she was in here watching the viewer count tonight. Before it hit 100, she was saying that she was crossing her fingers and toes and arms and legs and eyes. Okay, so we will finish this out. And there's probably a door on this side. I just don't really know where exactly. I mean, I obviously know where. Trial Fan says, and hair. Oh yeah, she did say she was crossing her hair. I'm not even sure how that one works. That's not supposed to do that. Brittany says, are you going to play until the internet falls asleep? No, I am probably going to finish out this little area here, this walkway, and then I'm probably going to sign off because it's almost 4 hours of streaming so far, and that's almost twice what I normally do. So that'll probably be, once we finish up this this section here, that's going to be the end of it tonight. I still got to go load the dishwasher and take care of various household duties. Brittany, I will say, and I will say it in front of the 196 viewers, I will say that you were right. Because earlier today, you asked me if I thought that my streams would do better if I did this as an evening stream instead of doing it at 10 a.m. like I normally do. And I said maybe. I said maybe, and I have to admit, Brittany, that you were right. And I know that you will totally allow me to never have to say that again. She says, oh! Yeah, yeah. She says, wait, what? What was that? I already said it once. I'm not saying it again. It's okay. Like, it's on the internet. You can go back and watch the replay as many times as you want to watch the replay. Brittany says, wow, it's almost like Brittany knows things. Almost, Brittany. Almost. I think I'll probably replace the torches with lanterns. Brittany says, I'm already making a 40-minute loop video of it. Stone Homie says, going until the wheels fall off. No, not until the wheels fall off. Just until I'm done with this this part of the build. I'm starting to get a little bit tired, so. Trial Fan says, hurry up and hit 200. I have to go to bed. Brittany said, and I meant that the evening streams would be better for you because mornings are dumb. That's true. Mornings are dumb. Oh, that lined up perfect. I like that. Okay. We're gonna grab lantern. I want to do lanterns instead of torches here. I think they'll look nicer. Actually, we could hang them. That looks even better. Brittany says also kids like Minecraft and are in school most Wednesday mornings. That's true. That's true, they are. Summer is just starting in some places. I mean, not in some places. It's starting in most places except for Australia. But kids are already starting to get out of school for it. I really like the way that looked, but do spruce stairs. Can we do that here? Yeah, that'll work. Stone Homie says if kids are still here, they need to get ready for bed and make good sleeping habits. I mean, it's only okay. Yeah, it's almost 10 o'clock my time, so it depends on what time zone they're in. Really? Good night, Trial Fan. Thank you so much for hanging out with us for the past couple of hours. It's been a wonderful time. Okay, so I like that. That looks good. Yeah, that turned out really nice. And then on this side, you have the exterior of the courtyard, and you have the walkway up above it, so you can go for a leisurely stroll along the wall and look down into the courtyard. Brittany says, what are good sleeping habits? Because I take it where I can get it. Same. I went to bed at like 7:30 the other night and then slept until like 3 a.m. Don't says, I always go to bed early. I get sleepy. Brittany says, I would too, and I like the quiet that happens when the kids are asleep. And when they're asleep, I love them more. Okay, just to fancy this up just a smidge. I'm going to change this walkway to something other than these bricks. And I'm thinking like maybe a type of wood. Possibly could do gravel, but I'm thinking maybe a type of wood planks. Stone Homie says, Wobble, will you remember us when you become a YouTube megastar? I absolutely will. Brittany says, no, he'll forget all us little people, especially the right ones. That's not true. Okay, let's do planks. Grab our oak planks, and then we need a chisel. See what we have as far as different types of planks that we could use. That could look nice. Yeah, I like that. Brittany says, I'm gonna go to bed when I'm done. Rips it all up. I'm finishing it. I said when it was done, and it's not done yet. Really? Why did that mess up like that? That's not supposed to be that. They are supposed to connect. They're not connecting. What's the deal here? Did I not select the same kind? Oh, I didn't. I know what the problem is. You have to like actually select for them to be connecting. There we go. Yeah, that looks nice. I like that. Very cool. Okay, so we have accomplished a lot tonight. We put the roof on. We got the second floor structure of both of the towers done. Still got a couple of windows to stick in here and there. But overall, it is looking really, really nice, and I'm really pleased with it, which means that on our next Diamonds and Dragons Minecraft stream, we can start putting in the floors for the second story, and then we got to figure out what we're going to do for the roof of the second story, which is, like I said, it's probably going to do like a castle style with like crenellations or something. But we've made a lot of progress tonight. I'm really pleased with it. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. This has been a blast. This is the longest stream that I have ever run, but it is also the most popular stream that I have ever run, with currently talking to 204 concurrent viewers. So thank you guys so much. Make sure that you hit that like button and make sure that you subscribe to the channel. I am on a mission to try to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. When we started this stream, we were at like 326. I don't even know what we're at now. But if you've enjoyed watching me tonight, I hope that you'll hit that subscribe button. I will be back on Friday night at 7 p.m. Eastern. We will be playing Castlevania Symphony of the Night Randomizer, and I'm really excited for that. We had one stream last week and made some pretty good progress. We still haven't found some of the relics that we need, but we will be playing that again on Friday night. And oh yeah, the new subscribe code actually doesn't remind you to subscribe to the YouTube channel. It reminds you to subscribe to the newsletter. But thank you for mentioning that, Brittany. So yeah, thank you guys so much, and I'm gonna get off of here and go load my dishwasher because it really needs to be done. And I did unload it earlier this morning. I unloaded it this morning, so I do need to go finish loading it before bedtime. So thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful night, and I will see you guys on Friday. Thanks so much. This is Swabble Rocket. See you later.